Natascha Gewaltig is Director of European Economics at Action Economics UK, and she joins me now in the studio. Natascha, thank you so much for coming in. It's still, again, you have a lot of these finance ministers being split down the middle. I guess the guys that say, we have to take the pain now, we have to restructure, or how they call it, reprofiling now, and the ones that say it might just be too dangerous if we take any sort of action that may lead to take a haircut for bondholders. Would it be too dangerous?
Well, I think it would sort of send a signal that restructuring or investor participation, as a lot of people call it, or like to call it within the Eurozone, that is possible within the Eurozone. That's why I think there are some...
It's possible, but how difficult would it be to actually swallow that pain?
Well, it would be difficult. It would be difficult for European banks as well, who hold a lot of those debts. So it's sort of it will be difficult. And as I say, the problem also is that it may send a signal that it generally is possible in the Eurozone, which means then it's very likely that markets will move from after when Greece is done, they will move to Portugal, they will move to Ireland, and I think that's what a lot of people are afraid of. On the other hand, it's very clear that Greece is not going to be able to go back to markets next year as was planned in the original bailout.
But Natascha, in terms of what you're saying, do you think that it's actually a bad signal to give at the moment to markets that there is talk about this reprofiling?
Well, it is a bad signal, but on the other hand, you know, markets have been pushing for it. The delaying tactic is not really helping either. I think markets are hoping for a once and for clear-cut solution, and I think that's one of the reasons we had speculation about Greece maybe exiting the Eurozone, because that may give the signal, but then outside the Eurozone. So you decouple the problem a bit from the rest of the Eurozone.
But reprofiling is just sugarcoating the word restructuring.
Well, reprofiling could either mean reprofiling the existing debt or bailout from the Eurozone, which is one of the things that is being discussed. That is, Greece has more time to pay back the other Eurozone countries, and also may get access to the new bailout funds from next year onwards. That's a possibility. That wouldn't include investor debt. But I think the big issue is, you know, that whatever is going to happen, restructuring, whatever, nothing is going to help if Greece keeps on piling up those debts. Yeah. And I think the issue now, and that is what we have seen yesterday as well, is increased pressure on Greece to go ahead with structural reforms within the country.
Now, Natascha, on Dominic Strauss-Kahn, of course, Europe loses one of its big supporters. He's the guy that not only increased the amount that the IMF had to spend, but he spent most of it on Europe. Who's going to take his place if indeed, well, he gets indicted, and what does it mean for the European crisis?
Well, I think for now it's not going to mean that much. I mean, you know, the IMF is still functioning. It's not as if the whole process is being derailed now. I think it is still going ahead. What we are going to see now is a big discussion. Is it going to be another European, as it has been all the time? And we've already seen yesterday that that is what Europeans are pushing for. On the other hand, with Dominic Strauss-Kahn apparently, well, on the way out, whatever is going to happen, his career seems to be pretty much on the end. Yeah. On the other hand, the second Lipsky is going, his term is ending in August as well. So you have the emerging markets pushing for their place, quite rightly, in the system. But
so we'll have to see what happens with how it plays out. Natascha, thank you. Natascha Gewaltig there.